welcome back to my hobby notes. This is number 2 and you will have seen some of these in number 1 video. This month I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I got completed or started in September. I think you've already seen this one as well in a video, but anyway, I'll stop flicking and we'll dive in. So we're into September, it's the first today, and I joined Sarah Van Dongen's Patreon, and one of the sessions that I watched back was on distorting images, and actually it just helped to free me up. So these are not distorted based upon the original 3 images that she provided, but it did kind of loosen me up because I can be so precious when I'm doing like fashion illustration-y style drawings, and so this was really good. So I've just finished the wet layer and it was really fun because I used like my B pencil, my mechanical B, and then like for the base layer, like literally just a quick sketch, and then I went over it with my 6B graphite pencil, but like with more confident lines. And then I was like, oh, do I do the paint now or not? And I decided I was going to do it. And actually I'm going to show you, so these are the original images. I'm not sure where she got them from. Those are the images that I drew out, added some color almost randomly, and then when these are dried tomorrow I'll video some of the process. I don't know if it'll be included in here or if I'll actually do it as a separate video and then show you the final outcome here in the hobby notes. Okay, it's the morning after the night before. I actually ended up staying up until about 2 in the morning doing some experimentations with different mediums following a session in Sarah Van Dongen's Patreon. So one of them was to like work out, like choose a color, one of your favorite colors, and just explore the materials and color mixing. So I started on that last night, and then today I think I'm going to be going to the art store, not necessarily to buy anything but to be inspired. So if I do go, I'll take you along. First up is my little tiny sketchbook, which I mentioned I wanted to start using out and about. I haven't actually used it out and about yet, but what I did do is I went through, and she suggests finding your favorite color, which mine is orange, and your second favorite color, and working with those for a little while. So based upon that, I mean, as you can see, they are my favorite colors. Based upon that, I'm just going to flick ahead. So I did these the other day. On Friday, I sat and I did some sketching, as you can see. Ignore the black lines because that wasn't the original. I added those in yesterday. But on Friday, I did the pencil drawings, and I just sat and I did, like, this guy caught very quickly in 20 seconds. This man was stood there for about 2 minutes, but I did his head really small. This woman was waiting outside the store for like 15 seconds before she moved on, and it was great fun. And this was on Friday, so these are the drawings that I haven't added ink to yet. I feel like this person, she looks older in the drawing than she was. She looks a bit like Camilla Parker Bowles here, which is the person that married who's now king of the England, king of UK. I don't know, I always forget how we word it. Anyway, this was yesterday. That's my partner, he loves it. This is the first piece experimenting. So we were sat outside the pub where we go for Sunday roast sometimes, and these buildings are different colors. So I tried to take the tone. So this was like a kind of dark burgundy color, and this was a gray, and I just tried to translate that into orange and blue. I love how the tree came out. I think it's really sweet, the little details, very illustrative, and the texture that I got. And I really like the brickwork, the cobbles, and I like the way that I created the outer walls of the building. But then there's some things I don't like I really don't like that I use the Posca pen. I don't like the black outline. I think there's stuff to learn from here. I made some notes as well. And the way that I did it is I got my Neo colors. I've snapped my crayons in half, so I have half here and half when I'm out. And I laid down blocks of color first. And then I went in with, well, I used the marker, the Ecolone marker here, and I didn't like it. So I used Gouache straight from the tube here, and I liked that, so I added more under the tree. I didn't take any watercolors with me, but this was great fun. And then we moved inside because it got chilly and David didn't want to come home just yet, and I did the interior. And again, it was the same process of laying down blocks of color with the Neo colors. I've got the orange and I've got the turquoise blue, and then going in with my pencil, mostly my pencil. The only marker I used on this one was the Tombow. And that's because tonally it worked. I didn't like the bright brushness of the Eco line, which we see here. Although I think it works well to provide the contrast there, I don't like it, but I don't mind the orange here, and I used it for detailing on the shelves where the glasses were. I just really like this as well. So there's some things that I like about it, some things I don't. What don't I like about it? I don't think there's much I dislike about it, actually. I quite like it. It reminds me of being there. So I think those were two relatively successful attempts at working with just my two favourite colours. So aside from that, my niece, who is 24, my eldest niece, she was inspired and she got her painting supplies out and she drew. And she was saying how nice it is to like paint and draw. And I was like, I know, I feel like I'm a much calmer and happier person if I've spent some time during the day being creative with, you know, I might just sketch or I might like attempt to paint something. But my day is always a lot better if I've tried to do so. So we have an accountability pact now. Every day we have to do something for 10 to 15 minutes at least and then take a photo and send it to the other person to hold each other accountable. So we'll see how long she lasts. It's something I do every day anyway, but I thought if it's something she wants to do, I can encourage her as well. My days. So I've been in the UK and I picked up some items while I was there, which I've just recorded for my September art haul. Obviously I bought more stuff than this throughout the month. This is just what I brought back from the UK, so not an awful lot of things here, but enough to make me happy. Here's a quick peek at the swatching page. Yeah, some pretty colours. Now I've actually got to get some video content edited because my next video goes up tomorrow. I didn't get last week's done. It's hard creating YouTube videos for a hobby, like this is my hobby, but I also have to record videos for my actual real job. But here's like a look at my little art supplies. I think I might do a video reorganizing my pencils because I'm not quite happy how these are, but we'll see. So I've just finished recording the last segment for my September art haul. I got back like a day or 2 days ago actually, from the UK, and I wanted to share something that I brought back with me. So it's quite funny because I had these when I was at university studying on my fashion design program. These are the Derwent drawing pencils. They don't really fit into an art haul video because I've owned them for quite some time. It's before I went to university, so probably about 15 years. And I keep seeing them pop up and I was like, I have Derwent drawing pencils, but I thought I'd bring these back because there's some lovely colors and 2 of them I accidentally purchased. This is the Chinese white, that's in my September art haul, the olive earth, and there was another one, I think it was the shadow green. Yeah, green shadow. Those ones I purchased already, and that was when I purchased them and they arrived and I was like, hang on a minute. Anyway, turns out I had them at home, so I'm going to swatch these out for you now because I thought that might be a nice thing to do as part of my like art as a hobby, because part of my hobby is swatching. So I'm going to do it on this little bitty bit of paper though, because well, I suppose I could do them in here. Do you know what would be good is to try them on the nighttime sketches, but on the actual card at the back, because I don't own any like dark paper. So let's do this like this. So this is the yellow ochre. Ooh, it lays on quite nicely. You obviously get like the dark coming through, so it's kind of like more of a shade and a bit muted. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll do a comparison. Yeah, so as you would expect, it's much brighter on the white paper. So that's yellow ochre. I'm going to try and keep them in order to the side. Then let's go up. I'm going to do like the kind of yellowy tones first. I probably should put the pencils down. We'll work down. Are you ready? Brown ochre. This one does feel quite dry. As I said, they are years old. Maybe it just needs a good pencil sharpen though. And then on the white, it feels like, you know, when like pencils have like gotten hard, it feels really stiff to kind of like work with. So again, there's the difference. Well, let's go with this one. It's a kind of orangey sanguine. Ooh. Do you know, this really makes me tempted to find like a sketchbook that has dark paper in it. But then I'm like, how often would I use it? Because having that white shine through. I guess that's also the consideration, like would I use it just for my color pencils? Because I quite like working in layers, so having like either my Tombows or watercolors or gouache underneath and then the pencil on top. Let's go with this one. So this is Sepia Red 6110. So I believe the set that I bought was either 12 or 14 or 16. I'm not sure. This was years and years and years ago, so I'm not sure what they did then. And knowing me, I probably bought it from the little art shop in probably Kingston or maybe from Cassar, I'm not sure. It would have been years ago. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a lovely, rich, tasty chocolate. Sepia red. Then I think the natural follow-on would be this, which looks redder. So Ruby, oh, you can't see that. Ruby Earth 6514. You'll have to excuse the motorbikes. It's not even a motorbike, it's a moped. It was storming past. Oh, look at that on the black. Oh, it's so lovely. I do have black gouache actually, so maybe I just use black gouache on white paper and then draw it over the top. Ooh, pretty. Really lovely to see the difference, isn't it? Like this one is quite a dark pencil, and on top of this it's kind of got a nice shine and a luminosity to it, and the same as the red russet actually. But then on the white paper it's a bit duller. It's almost like it was designed to work better on dark paper. And I know nothing about this drawing brand of pencil, like this drawing pencil from Derwent. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't have enough space. Well, let's squeeze chocolate on at the end. Okay, ready? Nice. That's like, you see that? Well, we'll work with the white, I guess. As you can hear, they're very noisy out there. I'm just putting them into kind of like darkness order. So we'll do the white here. See that? And obviously we're not going to see it on here. Oh, we can adjust. Well, I can. You might not be able to. Can you see that just? It's just slightly different to the colour of the paper, isn't it? I'm actually going to... Sorry, this is just me being in particular. I like things to line up, and that's just how I'm made as a person. Yeah. Then we're going to go with the Solway, or... Now, I can't read that. I'm not sure if that's Solway or Solway Blue, but that's the one we're going to go with. This video might be quite long, I'm so sorry, but it's my hobby notes one, so I'm trying to include a bit of everything in there. Swatching, arting, chatting. I guess that's kind of similar to what like an artist who's an actual artist, when they do their like art vlogs. I guess it's a bit similar to that, but I'm not an artist, so that's pretty. Oh, I didn't do it over here, sorry. Can you see that? Very pale on the white. Okay, let's go for this one, which is the green shadow. So this is one that I also got a duplicate of. This one's the new version. You can see the wood color's changed, but the wood color might have changed because I had it in pots sitting on my side for years. Should we use... No, let's be consistent, Eve. Green shadow. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. Okay. Oh, look at that. Ooh. You can see by the lack of black showing through how thickly it does lay down when you want it to. Oh, it's so pretty. I like this, and I like this, and I like this. Oh my days. Okay, I think that's a kind of green, isn't it? So let's move into Olive Earth. That's another one that I'd already purchased. Ooh. Isn't that just absolutely scrummy? Interesting. Not quite so delicious on white. I said that to my dad when I was home. We lost my mum 2 years ago nearly, and so I spend a lot of time with my dad when I do go home to visit. And I said to him, I haven't seen him since the end of beginning of July, and I said to him, "Oh, Pa, look at this delicious colour," because I'd found these out and I was swatching them there, but not on black paper. And he was laughing at me. He said, "As if pencils can be delicious." I was like, "Ah, but colours can." Oh, look at that. Ooh. That's a real nighttime kind of. Do you know what this colour is? This is Natasha Newton, a card from a purchase of hers I made. But that looks like a colour that she might use. This is Ink Blue. Let's do a comparison. Oh, I love it on the white background. Look at that. Oh, yum. It's nearly as nice as... You haven't seen this one because it's in my art haul video. Nope, that's not it. Oh no, I've lost it. I was going to show it to you. This one. Nightshade from Derwent Lightfast. Look at this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? It's the same kind of like dark, rich colour. Love it. Okay. Then the last one is Ivory Black. So let's start off here with a bit of black. Ooh, that works. I feel like my lines have gone wonky again. Look, we're not straight. I'll straighten those out, don't worry. And then on the black, it's really black. That's good, because I don't actually have a black pencil. Look at my lines. Should we straighten them up? That'll make me feel better. Are you as particular as I am? I'm gonna have to edit this down because it's like 12.5 minutes for this section alone, and I don't see anyone sitting through 12 minutes of me swatching out 12 pencils. Aren't they lovely? So I've written them out. I use this Uniball Signo broad pen that people rave about and say it's great white ink writing on darks. I don't like it. Can you see it's like really gnarly? It doesn't make great. Can you see like, so even that bead, the blue is separated and I have to clean it off. It just gets like gunky. I don't like it. So I'm gonna probably stick this down here because I've already smudged, but that's a comparison for you. And yeah, I don't know if I'll do more arting in this art hobby. Art as a hobby vlog, is that what we're calling it? I think it was art as a hobby. So I picked up these polychromos in a very small cute little tin. They're great for taking out and about with my little sketchbook. There are, I'm not sure how many in here, little leaflet. There are 12 different colors. Chromos. These are Faber-Castell, of course. Those are the colors. I don't think I have any of those. Maybe the indigo. And they come unsharpened. And interestingly, now I've actually removed them, I can see that it was a limited edition set from 2019, celebrating the 111th year of polychromos. I'm going to sharpen these up. I found out a pencil sharpener and we can see what they look like. So the colors that we've got are opaque white, light cad yellow, orange, may green, hooker's green 2, interesting, light blue, indigo, carmine extra fine, light cinnabar, English red, Van Dyke brown, and sepia, or sepia. I always call it sepia. There we have it. The page itself looks like it has a little bit of information in different languages about the information on polychromos. There's an overview. So this is the one that I just got. Look at that, isn't that cool? Really old. I like that little case. So yeah, I'm going to swatch these out and see how they look. So I did change the order up a little bit because I like things to be in like a color order. We're not really going to see the white, but what have I got on the other page? Derwent stuff. That's the white. So I thought these would be great for being out and about. Number 5. So they don't actually write the color on these pencils. So this is light cadmium yellow. What I have been known to do, my dad in years past when I was younger, he used to get like, so he'd get a Stanley knife and he would just scratch off like a section of the paint and then write down what it was, like what kind of pencil it was. He used to do that for my school pencils. So I may just do that with these. So I've got the actual name. So this one is light cad yellow. This is orange. Interestingly, the reason I got these is because I thought I could just put a hair tie around them and put them in my bag and have pencils with me all the time. And my intent was to use the tin for my Neo colours because I've snapped my Neo colours in half. This is number 38, light cinnabar. So that way I'd have some Neo coloured 2s with me. The case is so, the pencil tin is so sweet. Don't know if I want to do that. Number 35, carmine extra fine. So I'm not noticing any difference in terms of texture. 37, English red. Yes. 53 is Van Dyke brown. There is a video previously that I did here on my channel, number 55, sepia, where I showed off my miniature travel kit, my travel art kit basically. Art travel kit, I don't know quite how to say it still. That has actually been modified. Number 17, this is the Hooker's Green 2. I keep showing them to you, but I've actually zoomed in, so I'm not sure if you can see them. And this video I'm not going to include as like a one-off swatching video. I'm just going to put it in my hobby notes because more suitable to that. So it'll be September hobby notes. These are number 14, May Green. Yeah, so what I found is I'd gone to the UK twice now, I think, plus out and about with my travel kit. 21, what's that, light blue. And I found that I wasn't necessarily using everything that I had put in. And I got a little bit bored using my mini travel kit, my mini travel palette because it's so tiny. So I changed things up, and that's what led me to wanting to have a small container of pencils that would actually house my Neo colours. Number 27, indigo. Now, had I not gotten carried away and thrown away the Neo colour tin, I would have been fine. Oh, that's a nice blue. But hey ho, those things happen. So now, as you can see, that's such a pretty little tin. I'm torn whether I want to keep them in there for out and about or whether I'll put new colours in. These are those colours. But yeah, you can see like it fits perfectly in my hand. So throw in a pen and we've got a very nice little drawing set for me to take out and about. Easy to slip into my bag and know that if I have like 10 minutes of waiting for someone or just spare, I can just knock up a little drawing. So quite chuffed with that. I'll link this in the description below. I've actually been thinking that I haven't done much in September because I was away in the UK visiting my dad, spending time with him. Although I took art supplies with me, I didn't do much. I did find that my easel had arrived, which I've mentioned in a previous video. I don't know if I've recorded this section or not, so I'm going to run through it and I can always delete if necessary. But while I was home, I made up the easel. I didn't get to take a video of that, but I will when I'm back in October. I'm hoping to bring it back to the Netherlands with me so I can use it because it's quite a lovely easel actually. But I did this. So this was my dad. It doesn't look like him, but it's fine. He was wearing these like brown cords and a blue t-shirt, and he was sitting on the sofa, and the sofa's kind of falling apart here. So we have a towel, or he'd put a towel across it, which he was sitting on. So it's like a blue towel. And I just had great fun doing this. And I had my sketchbook up on my easel, and my dad was laughing at the drawing. He said it's pretty good actually. But then he's like, well, like the good thing about the easel is you could like sit back and hold your pencil from the end and like, you know, be able to relax while you're drawing. I was like, Paul, that's really hard to do because it's like you have no control over your pencil. It's like, nah, it must be quite easy. I was like, it won't. But he challenged me to try it, and that's how this drawing came about. Aside from the fact that his head is really squished and his ears are weird, he agrees with me that I did kind of get his posture and everything. So this is the recliner. It's the same chair as this one. It's just that this one is opened and his slippers are here, and this is the iPad that he sits on, or his tablet that he watches stuff on when he's on the sofa. And I think it's actually pretty cool. I really like it. So those were the only two drawings that I did when I was back home. And then I've been working, oh, you won't have seen this yet, but this is an illustration. I recorded this section for you, but I haven't put it on YouTube yet. So the original drawing was done on the 1st of September, as were these. These are going to be another video because this one took so long to do, to video, and I'm going to edit it. I don't want to give you like a 1 hour video because I don't think people will sit through that. But maybe I should do a YouTube poll anyway to see. So that's kind of that. It's been a really quiet month art-wise. I did get quite a few supplies, but I'll add those into my September art haul. And that's kind of it. If anything else exciting happens throughout the month, I will be sure to come back and share that with you. So actually what I will say is at the beginning of the month I decided I was going to focus on using just two colours, my two favourite colours, and that's part of a Sarah Van Dongen Patreon session. And I did these and I really love the tree and I love the colour, the vibrancy, and I did a second one the same day. But then after that I was like, yeah, no, I really don't want to be dealing with so much colour in one piece. It's like, I don't know, like I love them because they're so vibrant, but they make me feel a little bit like because they're so vibrant. So there's something to take on board. I did actually then put together a mini art kit with like some other colors like pinks and things and grays, but I never really explored with that. Then this is a replica of a drawing that I did. So let me grab my other sketchbook. Okay, so I have this like lovely little sketchbook. It's the Burnman and Still. I'm not going to be able to get those on in future. Stillman and Burns, sorry. Epsilon mixed media 150 gram. And I've been using this, like this is the one that goes out and about in my little packet, in my little bag with me. And where are we up to? September. Oh, actually there's quite a few bits in here. So this was me experimenting with the colour, finding out all the materials, and then I decided to add in some pinks and I took those with me and then I didn't use them. So this was a drawing I did on the 5th of September outside. We have like a local pub and we were sat outside on a sunny day and I did that, and then I, based upon this, I drew this from it. So it's nothing special, it's just a little kind of like drawn sketch. But I really enjoyed the black ink, and so the next day I was in the garden and I was like, I'll just sit here for 10 minutes and just sketch some little things. So my cat, she is like obsessed with wasps, and she was trying to get it. And I was tidying the garden and these Dutch children were downstairs and they kept talking to me, and I said, I'm really sorry, but I don't, you know, ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. I only speak a bit of Dutch. I don't understand what you're saying. I went inside because I was nervous. And then when I came back out, one of them said, Mevrouw, you are so beautiful, in perfect English. So I wrote it down because I wanted to like retain that memory of being scared of these children and their Dutch speaking ways. And then they very sweetly like came up with this sentence in English. Yeah, so that's drawing. Then I went back to the UK. Before I went to the UK, I was doodling in this one, like little still life, like things in front of me kind of thing. And then this was, okay. And then the next day I travelled from the station and I was there about 20 minutes early because my taxi turned up early. So I stood there doing this. And the great thing about this sketchbook is I can hide it when people are walking past trying to be nosy, and then I open it up and I continue going. But I I didn't use this one. I used my Sailor Fude pen, which doesn't have waterproof ink in it yet, and so it's smudged a bit. And then that's the airplane coming back, and then some doodles. What else have we got in here? Oh yeah, I can't draw guinea pigs apparently. That was my attempt at a guinea pig, and my lava was like, that is not a guinea pig. He drew a guinea pig in another book of mine, and he was like telling me about what a guinea pig has, because he loves guinea pigs. He used to have guinea pigs. And then this was one night his foot was there and he was saying how much it hurts on the corner of his big toe bone. So I drew that with just colored pencils, and then the next day I drew, he wasn't sitting in bed at that time, so I drew it based upon this. I used Tombow markers and then pencil on top, pencil crayon, to kind of experiment a little bit. And that's after doing a Sarah Van Dongen Patreon session where she said about drawing on one side of your sketchbook from a photo or real life, and then putting that away and just using your drawing to do a second drawing. So this is some sunflowers that David had purchased, and I did them with Neocolor, water crayon, aquarelle 2s, Neocolor 2s, and then pencil on top. And then the same for my eyes. Working from this, I then did this, and this was just with Tombow and pencil crayon. And it's still more along the lines of me experimenting with the mediums that I like. So I'm coming to the decision that I don't like the Neocolors as a base layer, but maybe I like them for top, like last level, maybe, I don't know yet. But I really enjoyed doing this one. That was on Sunday. Okay, and then the last thing, so this is where that originated from. On the 27th, there was a session, Sarah Van Dongen, and she put a photo up on the screen and we drew it, and that was a 3-minute drawing, and then she took the photo away and we did a 7-minute drawing based upon the first drawing. And that was my attempt. Yeah, that's it. I wasn't able to join live, so I did it on the evening, and I did this first one, and then I skipped ahead to the end to see if anyone was showing their work, and they do, and I looked at their work and I was like, oh my god, mine's terrible, so I haven't done any more. I do need to do more though. So that is basically like the rundown of my September. I definitely had more time to do art things and really enjoyed the process. My challenge with my niece, well, she stopped sending me photos. I think she just gave up. Probably she didn't find it as important to spend time drawing. But I have tried to be consistent and maintain some kind of schedule. Incidentally, anyone doing Inktober? I wrote down the prompts in order to have something to remind me. So that's it. I'm going to stop waffling. That's my hobby notes update. I've made lots of progress this month in practicing my art hobby, and in October we go to Paris and then I go to the UK, so I'm hoping to get some like on the road sketching down. I'm going to be taking this with me, even though it's quite heavy. I'm going to take these 2 sketchbooks because I really enjoy, like this one is so small and light, I can just grab it out. It's really handy to have. The paper's okay. I've enjoyed working with it with pencil crayons. Tombows handle it well. I haven't really tried watercolour in it because this was my Coeco ink before I put the permanent ink in. So maybe I'll experiment before I go away. But this is a nice one for like quick little sketches. I do find it hard to constrain myself down on the page after I've used this. Like if I've done something in here with it, especially if it's a double page spread, going from a big spread to a small page is quite challenging. But I think it's good for me to do that, right? Because then I'm practicing my skills. Where's that picture? There. Like you can see it's like a quarter of the size. So it's quite challenging to then work quite small. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Thank you so much for watching this month's hobby notes. I will be sharing again at the end of October. Let me know if you've got any plans for your October. I'm doing Inktober, first time ever. I think I'm going to not necessarily do a prompt every single day, but we'll see. And I will share that at the end of the month. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you're well, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.